Country Wide Eagles podcast, man. Salute, bro. Desai Daddy.
What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? We are back. Crazy weekend, not the best weekend of how we wanted it to go, but we will take it for what it is. We appreciate everybody being here. I'm Dennis. I'm the founder of the Country Wide Eagles Tailgate Mafia. Below me is...
Hey, guys, it's Shawn.
And to my right...
Hi, I'm Logan.
You guys know who that is, the myth, the legend, the man who made his first appearance at Lincoln Financial Field ever in his life. So, how's everybody doing? We got a lot to go over, a lot of things to cover, and we're going to get straight into it. I know Shawn wanted to kind of get some stuff off his chest and talk to you guys, so I'm going to let him go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I'll just keep it fairly brief.
Nice.
What we do, what we do over here is pretty cool, and especially what I see like Dennis doing in the sense of like trying to do like different giveaways and some of the different stuff that we do, right? And I saw there's been like certain times where somebody will get upset that they don't get something like right away or something like that, right? So the one contact that like Dennis has, I know too. And it takes a little bit of time to get stuff like that back, right? Or if we're looking for something specific for somebody, it takes time to kind of hear back about that. Like it doesn't just happen instantly, right? So, we're not a super small group anymore like we used to be, but we are still in retrospect, right? Like a small-ish group, right? When it's our first year doing this, right? So, just be patient when it comes to everybody kind of getting what they're trying to get from this, if that makes sense. So like I said, I'll keep it brief. Dennis wants to talk on it more. He is definitely more than welcome to, but I ride with him on that one. So so
I'm not going to let it, I'm not going to get deep in it. It's the simple of, if I'm going to do this, I might as well just go and let's let it fly. Right.
Yeah, fair.
I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to say who, but it's happened more than once. Do not, and I mean do not, threaten to say, I don't know why I joined this group. I hope I joined the right group. Things in that nature, trying to threaten me to demolish something that I've built around with a great team. I didn't do it on my own. The young man that is to my right is prime example that I deliver on everything I set out to do. And if you doubt that I can do it, you can surely call his mom, or you can call him or message him, and he will tell you that I deliver on every single foot.
Or try to do it yourself. If that's what you want to do, then
if you think you can put on a better tailgate than me, then go ahead and fucking try, buddy. Go ahead. I travel 3 hours to these games to put on the best experience I can for people that have never been to the Linc. And I don't do it on my own, because that one that's right below me helps me. Shawn and Lauren help me.
Yep.
Amy helps me. Miss Cindy's helped me. Jasmine's there. Shane's there. So if you want to question how loyal I am to it, go ahead and ask them. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Don't question what I do. I'm very good at what I do, and I've delivered it every time. Shawn, have I or have I not?
Yeah, you have. That's my point, right? Like, it's hard to deliver on all that stuff all the time, and as consistent as the group has been with that stuff, it's it kind of shocks me when people like get upset about that, just because a lot of stuff goes into it that you guys don't even know about, right? So, but anyway, back to the regularly scheduled podcast. Good vibes, even though the Birds took an L. Here we are.
Okay, so the next thing that I want to get into before we get into everything else, this weekend, kind of everything that could be thrown at us was thrown at us. Shawn and Lauren with the dog, prayers for Swoop. Thank you, everybody that's donated to help
them. Doing so much better too.
We really appreciate all the support to help them out. It was a shame not having them at the Linc, but again, it means a lot that y'all were willing to help them in the time of need. So thank you for coming together like we've done. Thank you to Amy, who helped me put everything together on day of. She got there early, was in the gate right behind me. We got everything set up. Logan was there pretty much as soon as we got in. So it was a smooth day. A lot of things were, um, Logan, at any point did I disappoint you at all on this trip?
Nope. It was the perfect experience. I don't think I would want to change anything that happened on Sunday. It,
Except the weather.
yeah, the weather was pretty terrible.
Welcome to
Obviously,
PA.
would want to change the outcome of the game, but there's absolutely nothing you did wrong that like would want to be changed. You did everything you could, and it was a great experience.
Thank you, Miss Ellen. I really appreciate that. Your grandson is a gift. I'm glad to call you guys family, and I will always do what I can to look out for him. So I think the craziest thing, my friend Amanda, who works security at the stadium, Shawn, you know her as well. Amanda really delivered like the ultimate blow, bro. We got in the gate and she goes, I need you to come see me. I'm in a meeting, but come see me before you go upstairs. I said, all right. Duly note, Logan's walking around Lincoln Financial Field with Crocs and no socks on. I'm like, what in the dude? Like, never in my life. Never in my life, bro.
My feet were warm the entire game.
Oh, I believe it.
Stop. Just stop. So she messages me. She says, I need you to come back and see me. I got something for Logan. So we go over there. She gives Logan a bunch of stuff. And then her boss comes over. Logan, where's the coin?
Might be in some bags somewhere. I didn't look for it before starting.
They gave Logan like one of them like collectible challenge coins from the Eagles.
Oh, that's sick.
So it's got the Eagles logo on the back and then the Avengers A on the front.
That's so freaking cool. Yeah, because they had all the like superhero stuff on last week's thing. So that's awesome. Hell yeah.
I'm like, damn you, Logan. Like, you're lucky when I ain't getting nothing. I gotta screw you. Thanks for doing it for him. Have a good day. I'm like, bruh. Like, oh man. Look, Liz said, look at Liz.
Oh, she'll fling it. Hold up. She meant to say find, I know.
Oh man. So that the ultimate thing happens. I get the message, get Logan, get Liz, and get to the Miller Lite tent. I'm like, well, he's too young to drink. We can't get him drunk. Like, what are we doing here? And the ultimate thing happens. This kid shows up for his first game and gets to meet Deshaun Jackson. Like,
absolute legend. D-Jack. That's so
like,
cool.
There it is. Look at it. Look.
Oh, that's sick.
Like he's set.
There you go.
So Logan, you want to tell us about your trip while I flash some of these pictures up on the screen?
So, we arrived on Saturday, went to the hotel, watched the Georgia game, which did not go our way, and had Philly cheesesteaks. It was good. And, went to sleep, prepare for Sunday. At 7, we got up, ate breakfast, and went to the tailgate, got to meet Dennis, Amy, Stephanie. It was great. Went into the Linc at 1, got the game poster, got to take some pictures. Then I got all the stuff from Amanda, which was great. Got to meet Deshaun Jackson, got my hat signed. Got my hat.
There you go.
By him, got a picture of him. It was great. Then we went up to the game, which was not the best game, but during the middle of the game, we bought some stuff, and we got gifted a signed Devontae Smith ball, which was one of the highlights of the day. And then obviously went on to get absolutely embarrassed by the Niners, but everything was just great. I enjoyed it. Wouldn't change anything. besides the outcome of the game, obviously.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I'm forgetting something. I can't think of what I wanted to say. Oh yeah. Prayers for Swoop, obviously. Glad to see that he's getting better. Hopefully that they can raise all the money they need. Really glad to see the surgery was successful and everyone just donated to help him. It's great. I hope that, he'll be able to live a long life after this. So
Now, Logan, I got to do something to you, just because it's funny. I love you, buddy, but it's funny.
This is for Liz too.
It's water coming down the track. It's me, the sheet in the red and black. Ain't nothing finer in the land than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan. Go Dogs! Go Dogs! Sick 'em! Wow!
I do not approve.
Bama to break.
Rude.
Said I'm picking Alabama.
It's a 10 out of 10 video. When I saw that, I was like, no way he just did that, because he sings the whole song and then proceeds to do that. I saw somebody say, they're like, where's Georgia's defense? They're like playing for the Eagles. I was like, oh my.
Dude, he said, I'm picking Alabama. I'm like,
yeah, I can. Oh, it's Pat McAfee. I could believe it. He is a legend. I love Pat McAfee.
Oh my God, it was freaking priceless. Oh man, it made my chest hurt. What do I got? I got people sending me stuff.
So Logan, I gotta ask, where did you get your cheesecake from? Or cheesesteak, sorry.
There wasn't many places that delivered, so unfortunately we had to go with the tourist attraction of Gino's Steaks, but it was still good.
Fair. Not fair. If you got to go at one, there's only so many options, and you go with Gino's. I can't hate on that. I would say Gino's over Pat's, but I wouldn't go to either if I have a choice. Shawn's booing. I knew that was coming. No, I think there's a lot of local places that you can go and find that are like the best. He said, "Fuck Gino's." So like but Gino's, the reason it's cool is it's in the one video, man. But now they're both okay. They're very touristy, and like I feel like that doesn't represent like a real. Well, it does for certain areas. It represents kind of a real one. But for me, like getting a real Philly cheesesteak is like just this heaping mess of fine cut meat with, for me, I don't get peppers like everybody else does. I do the cheese whiz, extra mayo, and just make it nice and sloppy and make it so it's just this big boy. That's what I want. So yeah.
I know your mom's watching this, and before we get deep in this, I need your mom to come back to the video because I want to ask you guys something.
Oh no, when she's
gonna come running. Hold on. Who's that coming down the track? It sure as hell ain't the red and black.
Georgia's defense, the Eagles' defense.
Oh God!
Listen, Shawn, I'm gonna get the cheesesteak that I get. There's a place up here where I live, and I'm gonna get the cheesesteak for the next podcast. And I'm gonna show the stream what a real cheesesteak looks like. Wait until I get this thing. This cheesesteak that I get, right? I'm up in the Poconos, up in East Stroudsburg. There's the people that are here. They're actually started in Philly. They were like a local spot in Philly, and they moved up, and it's called Philly Pub, right? So you're like, oh, that name sounds kind of cheesy. So I went into there, and it's a huge Eagles bar, bunch of Pennsylvania stuff. It's cool. They have a like $30,000 like meat cutting station or whatever, right? Roast pork is better than cheesesteaks anyway. Now you're high on copium at that point. Now I will go to battle over that.
You can't say that on the podcast, yo.
What, high on copium? You're coping. That's copium. You're high on copium if you think that a roast pork is better than a cheesesteak. And I like roast pork. Nah, Shawn, you haven't had the right cheesesteaks then.
Liz, save me. Where are you?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, so listen. I have not talked about this with Shawn yet, but Shawn kind of probably knows because we've touched on it. Okay, this Shawn, not the other one. So next season, I don't know if we'll be able to cover everything. Okay, but I would at least like to cover y'all's game tickets and get you guys back up here for another game if you're
You know,
interested.
we want to come.
So
I told you
I
my,
will.
my plan was to try to bring him up around his birthday.
When's your birthday, Logan?
October 22nd.
Nice. That's prime football time.
It'll be his 16th birthday, so that was my plan for a while, to bring him up for a game for his 16th birthday. So
I'm telling you right now, I will cover the game tickets, and we'll have you guys back up.
Yeah, we'll find a way to get there. Don't worry.
Does that sound good?
It's in the cards that he comes for his 16th birthday. So absolutely.
Let's go.
Yes, I am.
There it is. Y'all hear it here first. Logan will be back in the Linc next year, next season with us, jamming out, tailgating. Hopefully everybody can be there. As soon as the schedule comes out in May, we as the admins will get together and we'll diagnose a plan to figure out what game, and then we'll get it figured out. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
Well, there you go. So we're not going to waste any more time because we've been 18 minutes just messing around, having fun. Glad we could do that, and we'll get that hammered home so Logan can come hang out with us again.
Let me show you people what this looks like.
Hopefully Shawn will actually show up this time.
There you go. That's what a cheesesteak looks like up here.
Excuse
That's
me,
what you want.
Shawn Smith.
Oh, no, I'll be there. I'll be there. Pop this up. Let me show him. I don't know this guy right here, but look how happy this man looks. All right, and look at that bad ass looking cheesesteak. Okay, that's delicious right there. All right, that's what you want. You want a nice sloppy cheesesteak, extra cheese whiz all over that bad boy, mayo on the inside. Not everybody's cup of tea.
All right,
it's
are
mine.
you done?
I can't.
Are you done now?
I get fired up about my cheesesteaks, man.
Are we really
I love
arguing
them.
about sandwiches right now?
Goddamn right. I might even get one after this, Shawn. You son of a.
Just shut up! Damn it!
I might get one
I
after
can't
this.
with you two. Like it's always
Gotta have mayo on the cheesesteak. There
You're
you
gonna
go.
make me sick, dude. All right. So we're gonna get right down to business because these two are arguing over fucking sandwiches now. You see at the bottom, we are live on our main page on Facebook and YouTube. If you can drop a sub on YouTube and a like and a follow on Facebook, tell everybody we're live. Tell us how you heard about. Tell them how you heard about us. Tell them about what we did for Logan and what we could do for you or someone you love that is an Eagles fan, so we can get them to the Linc. You know the drill. But let's get straight into it. Logan, what was it like meeting Deshaun Jackson?
Yeah, no, Deshaun Jackson, future Hall of Famer. Like, just when he walked in, we followed him up and I got a picture of him. It was really cool, like once in a lifetime thing to be able to just go up to somebody like him and get a picture and get signed something. It was,
Shawn, like if I could tell you how smooth this was, like Amanda's like, stand by the middle doors. He's gonna, and you know where the middle doors are on the Miller Lite tent. Amanda's like, stand right there. He's gonna go right past you. I'm like, what? So I'm looking, I'm not paying no attention. And I look right over and he's right there. I'm like, yo, what's up, Deshaun? He's like, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for being here. I'm like, and he went to dap me up. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh man.
I missed it.
I've definitely
I went in there and I looked right at him. Logan can quote me on it. Logan, did I not look right at him and said, dude, I'm so sorry I missed your dap outside.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, you're good, bro. Starstruck, I get it. But yo, he nicest guy, like very humble, happy to be home in Philadelphia. Like it was just so cool to see somebody so humble to come back. And Dave Spadaro was interviewing him, and this dude was at the other end of the Miller Lite tent and just goes, yeah, fuck Chip Kelly. And at the end of it, right after the end of the Eagles chant, Deshaun goes, yeah, fuck Chip Kelly. That's why I'm back and he's not here. I'm like, Me and
Yeah.
Logan were like, and
That's
he's probably
awesome.
getting fired at UCLA. Like,
Chip Kelly literally destroyed that team. But yeah, meeting Deshaun Jackson, I'm extremely jealous. As you guys know, I have the signed Deshaun Jackson jersey just because that's literally one of my, I won't say my all-time favorite Eagles wide
Jamie Ann, how are
receiver,
you
but
today?
it's definitely one of them.
But again, like that was just crazy. Very, very, just very fun, dude. Like it was so cool to be able to see him and him to be so humble and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like, bro, how mad were you when I called you and told you that?
No, and I wasn't mad. I literally said, I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Cause I knew that
He
meant,
said,
hey,
send
that
me
you
the
got
autograph, bro. He said,
Oh yeah,
send me
100%. 100%. I don't know what even the autograph looks like, but that bad boy is going inside of the case. So you said it's a little poster, right? I'm gonna throw that bad boy in
Logan,
my
you got the
Deshaun.
picture that he signed?
What did you say?
Do you have the picture that he signed?
Don't have it with me. The only thing I brought with me was the Devontae Smith ball.
Gotcha.
No,
All right,
that's
don't
all
worry
right.
about it. Oh, that's not good. I'm sorry that you're sick. That's not good. Best well wishes to you. Get well soon. Thank you for being a follower of the channel, and I hope you're following us on Facebook as well. So let's get down to the nitty gritty of this. What this game really turned into. First quarter's going on. I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, all right, we're good. We're okay. We're humble. We're good. We're gonna be okay. Dude, they were at negative 12 yards in the first quarter. Like,
Yep.
oh my God. I like that. Look at the comment.
I saw.
Hey, let's go. I'm like, all right, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. And then, like, dude, they showed it on the screen when Reddick got his sack on who's that? Who just messaged me? I don't know. He's like this when Reddick's running at him, dude. He's like, he's looking, and he goes like this, and he's like, he went like this, Shawn. There it is. There's the picture I sent you.
That's perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna put that bad boy in my Deshaun Jackson frame over there. So that's awesome.
So he goes, he's like this. He literally like you see him say it, fuck, and he goes like this. It was the best shit ever, dude. I'm like, yo, he's so scared right now.
Yeah.
And then the second quarter happened and everything went.
Yeah, that game was pretty upsetting. There was like a couple different viewpoints I had on it, but I'll like say like the main one that I had. Like in that first quarter, I think we were showing some really good looks at them. This is gonna sound really like dumb depending on what some people think or whatever. But for me, I think we didn't show every single look at them in case they get to the playoffs too. I think we kind of held a little bit off the gas. I also think that their offense and their defense are just one of the best in the league. That's always, I'm going to say that till the end. I think when you see a team like that, that's built really well from top to bottom on offense, defense, and special teams, I mean, that's going to happen. And the other stat that I saw is that when the 49ers beat somebody, it's typically a blowout. It's not really a close game. So if you go back and you look at their scores, it's typically a blowout. So they're doing something right. But we got a good look at them. We see what they're capable of doing. I mean, we definitely got to win the rest of these games because the playoffs need to run through Philly. But I mean, we had a bad game. It happens. So changes have to be made, and I think they will be made.
So, and I think I messaged you this. I said just kicking these 2 field goals is going to come back and fuck us.
Yeah.
I think I messaged you that, didn't I?
Yeah, I think it was you. And I said the same thing too.
I'm like, now, all right. So the one was a blatant pass interference on AJ that they didn't call. But the fact that we abandoned the run when we were getting like 5 yards a carry,
6 runs.
And it's just like, dude, you got DeAndre Swift who's killing them in the run right now. You're running right up the middle. I'm sorry, but like, when are we going to hold Brian Johnson accountable?
Yeah.
Kai, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Kai. Here's my problem. Okay. And I'm gonna voice this, and me and Shawn have talked about it a little bit. Nick has taken accountability for it. Nick Sirianni has taken accountability for it, but at the same time, Sirianni is also the same one. You guys don't see what we see when we're in the stadium, of course. But of course, you were there, so you get it. But if you watch back on the video board, you see Sirianni look at Johnson like, get your shit together. Let's figure this the fuck out. And then, of course, that's when Devontae got slammed to the ground, but we'll cover that in a few minutes. So it was weird. And I think Brian Johnson needs to go. I don't think it really comes back on Nick as much, but I do think Nick needs to go back at them and hold them accountable for everything. So I'm with you there. Shawn Desai needs to figure out what the fuck is going on. Desai can't. You had everything right in the first quarter, and then you get mixed up on a little bit of motion. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I saw a breakdown that was really interesting, which once I find it, I'll clip that up. I mean, I still think that defensively there's just holes in the defense, but at the same time, it does come down to play calling. I think we did a little too much man coverage on them versus zone, which, I mean, you got to throw. You can't just throw zone at them the entire time. But I saw multiple times during some of the breakdowns how that man coverage was happening.
Hold on 1 second. I'm not giving Nick a full pass. Let me make that very clear. I'm not giving Nick a full pass on this because it does come on him for not tearing into them more and taking control, saying, hey, we got to fix this before this gets out of hand. I don't disagree with you at all. But I'm saying them coordinators need to be more held accountable than what they are. It's sickening because how do you have it? If it's me, I'm benching Nicholas Morrow after that game. Done. Hope Nakobe Dean gets back soon, and I'd put him back in.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It's obvious we're missing Cunningham. The Christian Ellis kid, that kid's legit. I got nothing against him.
Yeah, Ellis looked pretty good. The Niners had like 150 something yards on passes that were behind the line or like less than 3 yards.
It was 170 yards that Morrow gave up. But I mean, and then again, there comes the also, somebody who does a lot of this shit and this shit. He wrapped up one time during the game, and then he got held by Kittle on one. So I'm not going to give Blankenship a pass completely, but I will say his name correctly this week because he actually learned how to wrap up on one. But again, like, our linebackers are our problem.
Yeah, I actually agree with that.
I just don't know what the disconnect is from the first quarter to the second, dude. You did everything. They couldn't get across the 50 in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think there's a couple different changes you can make on that. I'm going to show this clip after because I think it shows.
I wouldn't listen to this clown. He never even started a game for us.
But you'll see what I'm saying. So when it comes down to it, I think linebackers were a very big issue in this game. I think the corners didn't look really great either, but it wasn't as much on them. I saw it more with the linebackers and them just going center of the field. But this right here breaks down kind of how the offense or the defense was rating them. So they were talking about the motion. I'm just trying to skip past some of this. So this is for Morrow.
This play, you at home, is to relate to, match up to the final number 3. How do you decide who is number 3? You count from the outside in. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the outside in, 1. I'll show it to you so you can see a picture. Again, you count from the outside in. Number 1, George Kittle. Number 2, Jennings. Number 3, Debo. Number 4, McCaffrey. Number 1, Ayuk. That's simple.
It's
Stay
almost
with me at
over.
home. Okay, Debo's going to go in motion, but you're still counting from the outside in. Okay, I'll give you all a second to try to figure out who's number 3 on this play before I reveal the answer. Number 3 is now Christian McCaffrey. Number 1, Kittle. Number 2, Jennings. Number 3, McCaffrey. Number 1 on the other side to relate to the final number 3. Y'all got it, right? Easy enough. Ball's going to be snapped. Relate to the final number 3. Ball snapped. Boom. Okay, you did your job. Number 3, because who your guy is, George Kittle, number 3, has gone in motion. Number 1 is now.
Because this was a sick
Number
play
2
that they
is now
threw at us too.
Number 3 is now Kittle, but Kittle's blocking. So, exhale. You're still safe, right? Wrong again. Kittle's not actually blocking. Chipping Reddick, getting into the receiving formation.
Yep.
This was the play, the 32-yard gain that led to the Niners' first touchdown. You have to make split-second decisions in front of 80,000 screaming fans with receivers motioning in front of your face, pre-snap and post-snap. Kyle Shanahan once again proving he is an offensive savant. What was easy for the Niners was incredibly difficult for the Eagles. So could you play in the NFL? Ready, break.
Yeah, so that's kind of the point that I was making there with that is it's hard to make those reads like that there. So I don't fully blame Murrow. I just think that the 49ers are just a great team. I think we can beat them if we play it correctly, and it's also does the correct 49ers team show up, because I think the biggest challenge for the 49ers is themselves, because some weeks they show up and they just look terrible. Some weeks they show up and they blow teams out. When they do show up, they show up, right? So unfortunately we got the team that showed up and our team was not able to handle it. There was missed, penalties and all that stuff. But like Logan said before the podcast, regardless of those penalties, if they went our way or if they didn't, we were going to lose that game playing like that. So yeah, force the ball downfield. Yeah, well, and that's the problem too. I mean, when you run the ball 6 times, and I saw what's his name, the offensive coordinator, Johnson doing his interview, and he said, "Well, we're still figuring this team out." Well, I mean, you're this.
We're what, 12 weeks in, 13 weeks in.
Yeah, that's something that you say when you're 1 or 2 weeks in, or maybe even 3. I'll give you 3, but at that point, I'm like, all right, we gotta start figuring it out. Like, come on.
Kai, I'm not disagreeing with you, bro. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I understand what you're saying. And look, I want to stress this to you. I'm sorry that I didn't get up with you while we were up there, man. I really do apologize, because I was looking forward to meeting you. So I hope that you guys do come again soon and we can actually have the tailgate party that we normally do. So again, I do apologize for not being able to see you and you getting to meet Logan and things like that. With that said, that's kind of jumped into what we were going to talk about next with struggles. Offensively, though, this team is missing Dallas Goedart.
I agree.
Am I wrong?
No, I agree.
I'm skipping a topic here and going right to Goedart because I have a reason for it. I don't care. I heard the interview today. Dallas Goedart doesn't want Zach Ertz to come back because bro, if you're going to be a crybaby and cry over a legend in Philadelphia named Zach Ertz coming back, you're a fucking moron. Zach Ertz is better than Dallas Goedart.
Well, so the way I looked at it is because I saw the interview and I saw everybody saying that he was like super sour about it or whatever. I think he was just saying, he was just like, hey man, if it happens, whatever. And I think it's more because Goedart doesn't even want to be out injured right now. Like, he's been wanting to come back. He wanted to come back for this 49ers game. So I feel like he looks at it and he's like, damn, I want to play. Damn, I want to play. He's saying, come on, be real. I don't know what he's saying that to.
He's saying that because I said that Ertz is better than Goedart.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the guy is, how old is he? He's like 38 or something. No,
Ertz ain't even that. Ertz is like 32. I'm
trying to think of who I saw that was 38. There was somebody who was 38 that I was looking at. But Ertz, I mean, I wouldn't mind if he came back, but for me personally, I'd still put him at tight end too. I like Goedart. I think Goedart is 33. Okay. But yeah, but like I said, I would put him at tight end too if you are going to even bring him on, but then who are you going to drop? Like, I don't know how I feel about Stoll. He hasn't really done enough. I mean, I saw him make some plays.
I benched Calcaterra. I benched Calcaterra because he's got concussion issues.
I agree. I'm cool with that too. I think Ertz coming to the team would be awesome. I'm more interested in Ndamukong Suh coming back. That's who it was. 38
catches away, bro.
Who, Zach Ertz from the record?
Ertz is 11 catches away, man. Like,
no, well, I'm not opposed to bringing him back. I just think if we're gonna look at the team, if Dallas Goedert's gonna come back and he's gonna be okay, I'd be okay with getting Ndamukong Suh back before I get Ertz back. But if we do bring Ertz on, I'm not going to complain. I'd be happy with that as well.
Like, I take Ertz all day long because, like, if you get Ertz back and we run those packages where we run 2 tight ends, you know what I mean? Even if you run the basic crossing routes with both of them, no defense is going to know who to cover between the both of them because they both catch. Ertz is more of that stop, I'm going to get you on a catch, and then Goddard's the one hand, and I'm going to keep moving. So either way, you have to make a choice of who you're going to get. You know what I mean? So, again, and then you still have Julio Jones, which Julio has not really done nothing since the Washington game, but he's also a person that people are keeping an eye on that they don't want the ball getting to him, which has now opened up the field for Devontae Smith to get bigger things. I don't know what's going on with AJ because AJ's slacking a little bit over the last few weeks, but whatever. But, you know
I think that's just the way the game plays. And I'm seeing what they're saying in the chat too. For me, I think the biggest part where Ertz would be a weapon for us, and I think where he would fit in amazingly, and you guys let me know what you guys think about this. I think he would be a help in the red zone because he was a red zone monster, obviously, when he was with us originally, in my opinion, right? But I think him being there and being another weapon to use in the red zone, I mean, you would have, even at, like you said, if they run the package where you have the 2 tight ends out there, then you have Goedart and then you have Ertz both going for it. So yeah, I don't know. I like Ertz.
You don't need Ertz to be a starter no more. He's just a good backup to have in the red zone. Yeah. Now, Logan, what's your opinion? Because I know me and Shawn have kind of taken this over, going back and forth.
Yeah, sorry.
Ertz, I think bringing back Ertz will be a upgrade to the offense, and like you said, the defenses won't know who to cover because they'll have no idea who the play is actually going to because they're both 2 extremely good tight ends. And if Ertz comes back, he obviously won't be the starter, but he would get a lot of plays probably, and he would be help in the red zone. Probably wouldn't be that much outside of the red zone, but Ertz, he would be going from Arizona to the Eagles, which would be a big upgrade for him. I think if the Eagles can bring back Ertz, they should, but if they can't, it isn't like the end of the world. And at the end of the day, as long as Goedart is back, we'll be fine. But, Ertz obviously would be helpful. And Brian Johnson needs to learn how to make good play calls because, she's just not doing good. Our tight end usage hasn't been good. Our one usage hasn't been good. It's just nothing's going well. A lot of terrible play calls, and maybe Ertz being back will help with that. So I think they should get him if they can, but if not, once again, it's not the end of the world.
And I mean, if I remember correctly, I mean, yeah, Goddard's gotten back. Ertz was always a better blocker than Goedart was, and Goddard's gotten better at it, but he's not.
Goddard's pretty good right now. He's developed into a pretty good blocker, but I do agree at in that point in their careers. Yeah, no, I agree. That is a true point.
Kai, he's smart, dude. I'm telling you, that boy is smart. Why do you think we added him as a host? This kid is smart.
I'll
again, like
after.
It's just one of them things, man. Like, I'm not saying that Ertz needs to come in and be like a mentor to Goedart because it's past that. Them 2 know each other. They've played with each other.
Yep.
If anything, they feed off of each other because Goedart and Ertz know how to play together. We've run packages before with them 2 together, and it was the same scenario in the red zone. Nobody knew who to cover. They had sent them both on a post route to one game and with Carson, and they were both in the same corner, and they're all looking at each other like, which one do we go after? And it drew, like, Shawn, I think you remember what game it was. It drew 5 defenders to that side because they didn't know who it was going to, and Carson dipped it off to Alshon on a basic, like, just a flat route across the middle, like a 2-yard flat route.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But I'm saying it was in the red zone, and they scored off of it.
Well, and that's what we need help with is the end zone. That's where I think Ertz would fit in perfectly. And then real quick, because I saw Shawn's comment too about sitting Hurts. I think that you need to sit Hurts eventually. I don't think the time is now or within the next couple of weeks. I think you need to play him, obviously, which I nobody's going to disagree. You have to play him in this Dallas game so we can lock that up. So we can start locking up this division because right now it's still kind of a toss up. I know what Logan was talking about with the tiebreaker. It would come down to us, but you have to lock it up at this point. So I think you play him this week, and I think you play him next week against
I
the
sit
Seahawks.
him for the last Giants game. I do not let him
No,
play.
no,
in
I
MetLife
agree.
again.
I was going to say
what?
you play him this week, you play him against the Seahawks, and then I honestly don't care if you sit him against the Giants, against the Cardinals, and against the Giants again. I could really care less, and I'll be at the Christmas game, so I'd love for him to play, but I don't care if he sits for those games. That's fine, but that's only if the schedule is going well. If we're winning games and we're locking it up, that's my opinion.
We got 7 people watching. Would you guys want Jalen to play in MetLife again this season? Me? Hell no. Not the way that field is. No.
Want him playing
Shawn?
where?
MetLife, one of the worst stadiums in the league. It's
He
caused
does
so
not
many
play that
injuries.
last game in New York. No. No starter plays
I don't
that
know.
game, bro.
I like the last game for sure. No, you sit them. I mean, I don't even care where we are. No, we don't have the one locked up at the moment.
Kai,
we
it's gonna
don't have
come
it.
down to like the last 2 weeks of who's gonna lock up the number 1 seed. And
So-
right now,
So I'll let Logan talk about what he was talking about with the tiebreaker and stuff. So what were we talking about? How it would come down to that, Logan?
So if the Cowboys beat the Eagles this week, which is entirely possible, it's being played in Dallas, and the Cowboys on a massive winning streak in Dallas. They've put up so many points, but Seahawks almost beat them there. They had a bad ending, but if the Cowboys do end up coming out with the win on Sunday, the Cowboys take number 1 in the NFC East. However, if we were both to finish 14-3, which most likely would happen if Dallas does beat us, Eagles would win the tiebreaker and would be number 1 in the NFC East over Dallas, because that loss to the Cardinals is going to come back and haunt Dallas if they do end up beating us on Sunday, because they have one more loss in the NFC than we would. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I see what you were saying for your scenario now. So if we have it locked up, of course, I mean, you never play your starters when it really doesn't matter, right? Like, what's the point? I wouldn't play the starters. You put them in for their records or whatever, where it's like consecutive games, not missed or whatever. You put them in for one snap, that doesn't mean anything, and then you're done. But like, no, you definitely sit him if we already have the number 1 seed locked up. It's just at this point with that 49ers game dropped, I mean, like you still have to play ball at this point. So I would play the linebackers. You're trying to kill him, I say. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think this Dallas game matters a ton more. It wouldn't have mattered as much with the 49ers game, but like I said last week, I didn't know how we would handle the 49ers. But if you look at the Eagles schedule thus far, I mean, you beat the Bills. That's a huge game. You beat the Chiefs. That's a big game. You beat Dallas. That's a big game. So 3 big games within those weeks. And then, you drop it to the 49ers. I'm not really all that mad at them. I mean, it was easy for me to kind of brush that loss off because we're still number 1 seed, and number 2, we just beat 3 amazing football teams. Regardless of what you think of the Bills now, they're still a great team. And that came down to I mean, I don't know. That's my opinion. Yeah.
So before we get into the next topic, I'm going to flash the picture on the screen and we'll talk about this for a brief second, and then we'll jump to the next one.
Love that picture.
Come on, Big Dom. Like, clap it up for Big Dom, man. Like, you can't even be mad at him, dude. Like, he slammed Devontae to the ground, and all he was trying to do was separate them so they could get moving because they were on a momentum push that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's,
Now, there was a scuffle before the game where Dom and I guess Greenway got into it. I hear. I didn't see it. I didn't see it during warmups, but I don't think Dom should be suspended. Maybe a fine, but he shouldn't be suspended. You know what I mean?
I don't think he will get suspended. I think it's going to be a fine. I think
I
they
feel
have
like
to make an
everybody's
example of it.
overreacting.
Yeah, well, I mean, he got a punch thrown at him. So that guy getting thrown out of the game, I mean, that's just the NFL. When you throw a punch at somebody, that's what happens. You can see it right there. And this doesn't even do it justice because there was contact. You could see his skin moving. So yeah, I mean, in my opinion, the player, I mean, he deserves to get thrown out. That's what happens. If it was an Eagles player punch net anybody on the 49ers, I'd be like, you're an idiot. Now you're thrown out of the game. That's exactly what I said for the 40. So unbiased, whatever, you don't throw a punch in the NFL. So as much as we love to see it, and Philly love to see it with all the cheers. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think they find him. He keeps moving. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a bonus for it that somehow replaces the fine. So
Me and Logan can attest to this. That man got a standing ovation walking out.
Yep.
He deserves it. Big Dom.
On to the next big thing, the big signing that came out. Was it yesterday or today?
Yesterday.
He made his choice. And all I can say is fuck you, Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it pays off. I think it is a big signing. I think it helps at linebacker. I don't think it answers every single question, but I think a 3-time Pro Bowler coming in and trying to help your team, I mean, hopefully learn how to wrap up a tackle would be nice.
And then shit.
I still won't blame him for that. So I don't know. Shaq Leonard coming in, I think it can help. I mean, Kevin Byard coming in did end up helping. It helped us win that Chiefs game. Hopefully Shaq Leonard can step it up, and we'll see what they can do.
Logan, what's your opinion?
Well, based off the way this week went, Dallas absolutely blew out. Who did they play?
I'm looking at it now. I totally forgot.
Seattle. They didn't blow them out, but they won. And
overtime, right? No, was it overtime?
Yeah, but Dallas won easily at home, and the Eagles got blown out by the Niners. So I think that Shaq was never really considering going to Dallas because there was no way that he wanted to see the performances this week before making a decision. And I don't think that the way the Eagles play compared to the Dallas that he would want to go there if he was ever actually considering going to Dallas. So I feel like the whole time that he wanted to go to the Eagles, but wanted to not just have a decision immediately to look better. I think that Leonard will be an upgrade, and that hopefully he can actually make some tackles. People like Morrow, Blankenship. Blankenship isn't fully to blame, but he was a problem. But he was not the biggest issue, and I don't think he should be given that much hate. Mistakes happen, and that linebackers shouldn't have let those tackles get to Blankenship because they should have made the tackles before Blankenship should have gotten the opportunity to make those tackles. So hopefully Leonard can actually make those tackles, and
the biggest thing the biggest thing I see out of it is who's Dallas really missing at linebacker besides Van Der Esch?
Well, that's a pretty big hole to fill, to be fair.
No, I don't disagree at all. I'm with you. But I'm just saying, other than that, they're healthy. Philly's got so much issues in linebacker right now. How many weeks we got till Kobe Dean can come back?
I don't even know.
Or is he done for the year because he's been on IR twice?
I don't think he's done for the year.
Justin Evans is done for the year. His 21-day practice window closed.
I think the big thing that we're missing there too is the coach connection too. I mean, he played with Sirianni, so I think that definitely played a part in it. I mean, he sent big player Dom out there to go pick him up, and maybe you just want to see if Dom had some nuts on him, like he looked like he did when he went to pick him up from the airport. So when he saw that happen, it was over. Yeah, I don't think he's done. Maybe he is. I didn't see a ruling out for the season or anything.
No, Justin Evans is done. They got it.
Oh, yes. I only played like 30% of snaps the last 2 years, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. That sounds about right.
We'll try and get into this because we're like 51 minutes, but we all seen Ertz go in the locker room. At that point, I was like, oh shit. Like
Game was kind of dumb then too.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody can knock Mariota for what he did for the short time he was in there.
Fair.
Mariota looked like he can be a good backup.
Dude, he came in there and delivered. Like you can't knock him.
Make those passes and then successfully do the tush push. He had a higher success rate to tush push than Ertz. Technically.
Dude, just the penalties in that game were just disgusting. Shawn, what was your opinion when he went in?
At that point, like for me, the game was already kind of done, right? So I was more just like, I was like, well, I just hope he comes out of this okay, because I immediately went to Twitter. It was sitting there refreshing. I'm like, dude, what the hell happened? Because I had no idea because I wasn't at the game, right? So like, I'm just watching from the TV. So I'm sitting there scrolling. They don't know what's going on. They just say that he's out. I'm like, okay, that's weird. I go on Twitter and I see concussion protocol, and I was like, shit. So when I was like, great, there goes that. Like I knew we were still in the playoffs, so I didn't lose all hope in the team like some people on Twitter did, right? But I mean, Twitter is a bombshell in itself. But anyway, when I saw Mariota come out and he started balling out, I was like, no, this kid might be able to, not kid at this point, but I was like, this guy might be able to make some plays for us. But then I saw Jalen come back out, and the fact that he even came back out into that game, even though we were getting blown out, I was like, first off, it made me respect Ertz even more, because I was like, hey, he's not running away being like, you know what, this game's over. I'm just going to take the rest of the game to sit on the sideline. I liked it. I know everybody's not going to like that. You want to rest your players, whatever, but he's paid to play, and I'm glad he played.
I don't know how it looked on TV when he came out of the tunnel, because I couldn't see it. But dude, like he came running out of that bitch like with a purpose.
I saw him running out. He was doing his whole like Batman jog out there. I was like, all right, man, okay.
I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, you know what I mean?
Put Kai's comment up on there. Jalen came back because the city needed to see that. Facts.
I'm gonna also bring up what Kai said. How about Lane handling Bosa, dude?
Insane.
He made Bosa look like a clown.
Insane. It was insane. And honestly, I saw somebody on Twitter like breaking that down, and they were like, hey, you're holding him for this long. If the QB wants to come this way, that's his fault. He has to do his own thing. And I agree with that. I'm still pissed that Jalen tripped over his own feet, by the way, in perfect coverage.
Oh, bro, that was an easy touchdown because he went like this. He's sitting there and he eyed AJ, and he had Devontae here. He pointed at AJ and went like this. And I guess him and AJ got this thing where AJ knows if he goes this way, he means haul back this way. And AJ was in the middle of shifting his hips, and he had to step on the dude to get it. And all you see was Jalen go down, and you're like, mother.
It's super annoying because, like, the other thing that a lot of people aren't going to take into account is that we have now played in terrible – like, it wasn't as bad, for that 49ers game, but it was still a wet field. Like,
they had the field covered until 1 o'clock.
Yes. I'm so tired of playing in this rain, and that's just PA weather. So, this Dallas game, obviously, it'll be better conditions. So we'll get to see what's up with that. But, yeah, it was not dry. I saw that field. It was not completely dry.
It wasn't completely dry, but it was damp. The other thing that,
during the game as well.
Yeah.
Like twinkling.
It was tarped until 1 o'clock, Kai, and we did get that little bit of a spray for a little bit, so it did get a little wet. The other thing that people don't take into account is the Eagles played 3 games in 13 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Them guys are freaking tired.
A bye week would be nice right about now. A bye week.
They're exhausted.
Yeah.
I mean, and now you've got to go on the road to Dallas, then fly home, which you're not going to get home till 7 o'clock in the morning. maybe. And then you got to turn around and fly out again on Sunday to play on Monday night.
But at least they get that Monday night. It gives them a little bit, like, even though it's not going to help
But
a
you're going
ton with
across
flying back.
country though.
Well, they could sleep on the plane. Fuck it,
If I'm
sleep
them,
on the plane.
If I'm the Eagles, I'm leaving Saturday.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think they usually do fly over a day early now. I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, but I'm saying that when they play Monday night, like, don't leave Sunday. Leave.
Oh,
fucking
you're
Saturday.
saying Monday. I see what you're saying. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, I actually don't disagree with that.
Leave
either.
Saturday. Give them Sunday to get this together and go.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Last thing we're gonna really get into before the prediction, Dallas worries. The long ball.
You're saying the long ball in the sense of, are you saying
CD Lamb?
Dallas Cowboys? Oh, CD Lamb. I mean,
I'm not worried about Dak because Dak's Dak.
Yeah, true. But the Eagles are the Eagles right now. That's the problem.
Shut up, Shawn.
Our defense just has to show up. As long as our defense shows up, we got them. But yeah, I think it's gonna be more. Can they stop? You're right on. I think it's can they stop CD?
And then that dude that's had an interception for like the last 6 games.
Dewan Bland.
Yeah, that.
Yep.
Ugh.
Well, when he played, who was he covering? He was covering Smitty, and Smitty was making him look like a joke throughout that game. So, because they went on that out route, not out, but he went in and they cut out, and he caught that insane ball. So, I don't know. It depends. Dak does suck. He's actually not that terrible, realistically, but the Eagles fan of me hates Dak. So, yeah, it got sunned on against us. Yeah, he got the little boy treatment. That's what happens. So, I don't think Bland's going to lock up anybody. I think it's going to be a great game on both sides. I'm hoping it's not as much of a shootout, but you got to remember we're going into Dallas' stadium, so it gets a little loud over there in Dallas.
And you know they're going to close the roof.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, and that's what I'm saying. I'm glad that this will be a game where the ground, whether it was super wet or not against 49ers, whatever. I'm just glad it'll be normal football weather where it's just going to be even playing field. They all go out there. Dallas
their field's well taken care of. So
yes.
I'm not really worried about injuries and shit like that.
Well, I'm always worried about injuries.
I mean, I am too, but I'm not. I'm saying like I'm not worried about it. Like it's MetLife.
MetLife, yeah. MetLife is a joke, but that's another story.
The thing about it was that the Seahawks did that they were successful against the Cowboys was running the ball. If we can get into our routine of what we do when we run the ball at 10, 15 times a game, once we get over the 15 limit mark, we're good. We're set. But this is the time when you have to break out Rashad Penny.
So I saw Kai's thing. So I'm curious to see what he means by speed the game up. I do agree with run the ball. For me, it's more of quote unquote slow the game down. And that means like taking time off the clock. So I don't know if we're both saying the same thing, just wording it differently. But I think that you do got to play the clock against them correctly. I mean, and that's what the Eagles got to get back to is getting that ball down there, getting a touchdown, and then draining time off the clock. And then you come back out second half and continue doing the same. Last season, that's usually what they did. They would go out there, ball, win the game in the first half already, and then they would start messing up in the second half. So we were always bitching, can they finish out a game? So, yeah, I think they're going to go out there, slow the game down, like I said, but that's in the sense of running the ball, taking time off the clock. So I think that's how you beat Dallas. Hate Dallas, but
it's definitely going to come down to running the ball, I think, but they cannot. We can't trade with them and go back and forth like we did a few weeks ago.
I agree.
Logan, what's your input? Shawn, I'm going to send you a video. I need you to pull it up, and I want to play this as something funny. Okay.
Okay. So hanging to Dallas, you're going to have to, be able to break Dallas's streak of dominating it at home. DeAndre Swift could be bad, on the Niners game at the end when starters were kept in. He got that massive hit, had a concussion apparently, could be bad. I'm going to guess that he probably does play on Sunday, but, the DeAndre Swift being injured potentially could be bad, but I imagine he'll be fine. If we need to play defense the entire game. We can't just have like sometimes playing and then other times just letting them march right down in 2 plays, 3 plays, and like you need to be able to cover. You know, you got CeeDee Lamb who's been absolutely dominating. Pollard, who's been starting to play better, Dak Prescott, who's having an MVP type season. They're going to need to play defense throughout the entire game. They can't just play sometimes. So, yeah.
The final thing I'm going to say about the defensive play for this game, and Shawn, I think you're going to agree with me. This is the game that we need the Jim Johnson style defense, smash mouth, come out here, punch you in the mouth, and not let up. This has to be the game like when Lito Shepherd ran 102 yards down the field for an interception. Dawkins had 2 strip fumbles that game. Like this cannot be a go around and find out game. This has got to be the game where Jalen Carter goes off, Jordan Davis goes off. Like this is what these guys. This is where it goes. Shut up, Shane. I ain't that fat. Fucking asshole. But again, they have to deliver the boom. It has to be Jim Johnson style defense. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I think deliver the boom, hit some blitzes. That needs to happen. I mean, and to be fair, we saw it in the first game that we played against Dallas, like towards the end of the game, especially when it really mattered. Sadly, that's when they were getting in there. So I think the more that you're getting close to Dak and putting him down and making it so we can't make those big passes to CD, the better. And then obviously wrap a goddamn player up, because I'm kind of tired of seeing that. That's the entire defense. Wrap some players up. It's not even Reed, because I saw Reed lock somebody up in that game after 3 other people let him get by. He finally went and actually wrapped him up and took him out of bounds. So I think the whole defense needs to learn how to wrap a player up, or else it's not going to be a great rest of the season. I'm not like quitting on the Eagles or anything. I'm not there. I'm just saying I think that the defense needs to step up and learn how to make a goddamn tackle instead of these lack of better words, just like bitch hits. Like, so get in there, hit him. Because if you do that to Dallas and CD breaks through, he's out of there. That yards after that yak is going to be insane. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think it has to be some hard hitting football.
Before we get to, I hate him. I hate both of them. I swear to God, I hate both of them. Before we get to the prediction and we ignore more comments from the guy who let Logan down and didn't come to the game with his grill, with his famous Erie sausage, and his son who also didn't come. Huge congratulations for this man. Congrats to Lane Johnson for being a nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year. Well-deserved. Eagles legend will go down as one of the greatest players to ever play for the Philadelphia Eagles and wear the midnight green. Brandon Graham got robbed of it last year, and they gave it to Dak Prescott, the only player to ever be booed out of a Super Bowl, who wasn't even playing. Hopefully this is the year that one of our guys can get it, and hopefully it's Lane. Well-deserved. But we're going to go into it. We're going to get right to the fact of it. And we'd like to see everybody's comments down below as well. What is your score predictions versus Dallas? Logan, go ahead.
So, originally, if we beat the Niners, I think I would have gone with Dallas here. But since they're coming off of a loss, the Eagles are going to be fired up to get this win against Dallas. So, Jalen Hurts hasn't lost 2 games in a row in like 2.5 years. So I don't think that streak is going to end. I think the Eagles will win. I think it will be close. Could come down to a field goal. Could come down to a touchdown. Could come down to a defensive turnover. But I think Eagles win 31-28.
Shawn, can you write that down?
Say it again. What was
31-28?
31-28. Got it.
Liz
For me,
Liz got 30. Liz got 34-21.
Liz has, what was it again?
34-21.
I'll let you go next, Dennis. I like to go last on this one.
Yeah, I know you suck. Yeah, man. I feel like it's gonna be a revenge game. I feel like they're gonna be on another level. This is hard, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. 38-10.
38-10.
Something tells me that they're gonna be pissed off, dude.
Yeah. I don't think we're a limping dog. I don't think that's the right way to look at the team. Dylan said 27-24 game-ending field goal for the win. I could see that too. So my prediction is going to be, I'll say the score first. I think it's going to be a 24-14 game. I think it's a 10-point game. I think the defense is going to wake up. I'm hoping, obviously, after everything I just said, I'm really hoping that they take this week to come out there and I got a limping dog. I thought he said, he did. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think 24-14 makes sense. I think the defense is going to wake up. Shaq Leonard coming on. I think it's going to bring a little bit of new blood into it. Like Logan said, I love that you said this because I was going to say the same point, you little shit. But Jalen has not lost 2 games in a row in a very, very, very long time. So I just don't see him letting that go because I know how Jalen is after a loss. I think that immediately after that game was done, he was like, "Yep, we're back we're going back out there once all the fans are gone and we're practicing on the goddamn field." So I don't see us losing that game. I think that this game means too much. They know it means too much. They want, obviously, all those players want the playoffs to come through Philly. That's how we got to the Super Bowl last year. I mean, it's a big part in it. So anyway, yeah, 24-14. I think Birds take it. What do you think, Kai? I want to see Kai's because I've been looking at.
I want to see Kai and Shawn's because Shawn didn't put his up either. Did you get Jamie Ann's score 31-28?
Yes. Okay. Yep. I got Logan's 31-28, Liz's 34-21, yours, which was 38-10, hers, which was 31-28, and then I got to put mine in too.
I'm going to make a bold prediction, though. I bet you Shaq Leonard causes a fumble.
I could see it.
I think it's going to be Jalen Carter.
He's got an epic punch out, bro. Like, when he punches the ball, like, Kai said 31-24 Birds.
Shawn, okay. Well, listen, I saw Jalen Carter crying, so I think he's going to come out there and rip somebody's head off.
We're not going to overtime. Shut up. We don't want no more overtime game.
I'll put his overtime prediction in. I don't think it goes to OT. I hope it doesn't go to OT because I can't.
I do not want to go to overtime with Dallas. Fuck that. I do not want to do it.
It said 31-24. 24. Birds. And it's not close until late. Yeah, I agree. I think that's what it will be. Is it's going to be a late game. And that depends on either team. Nolan Smith, I've been waiting on, man. I've been seeing him start, and I just haven't really seen much. I did see him almost get a hit last week against the 40. He was this close, that close, and Brock Purdy just got out of it. So I was like, yes, here it comes. Blankenship, Teretic, Eagles win, figure it out. Yeah, they have to. They have to figure it out. Let's see here.
What did you just send?
Oh, I saw this too. Let me share that real quick. This was on Jalen Carter's Instagram story. I'm sure some other people saw this too. It's pretty damn cool. He meant to say, I'll rather cry for. Oh yeah, I'll rather cry for losing a game than cry. I'm still broke. Y'all get your lives together. I love that from him. That type of energy is what we need. But yeah, Jalen Carter, I mean, he showed his emotions, and I think that he was annoyed that one of his calls is kind of something that like
so bad for who they play this week.
Yeah. Can't be worse.
But ladies and gentlemen, we will say it with this. We appreciate your support each and every week. It seems like our views get higher and higher. Our likes and reactions are getting higher and higher. I'm going to flash it. Shane, what's your score prediction? Because you didn't do one before we go. As you see below, we go live every week, Monday or Tuesday, whatever day I can get off and we can organize it. What did he put? We gave Swoop a shout out earlier. What do you?
I think he meant for the GoFundMe. I'm gonna put it in the
put the link up. Yeah, put the link up, and then pull it up as a thing that we'll pull up real fast.
Yep.
Can you pull it up as a screen?
Yeah, I am right now. One sec. There we go.
Again, y'all, whatever y'all can donate to help them out, please do. They're a little bit over halfway from the goal. We appreciate anything you can do to help us out and help them out. This is family. This is what we do. We stick together, and this dog means so much to that family. He means so much to us, even though we haven't met him yet. We were supposed to meet him this weekend. Please, if you can help us help them, it would be greatly appreciated. Shawn, Lauren, Mila, the boys, we love you guys. Our prayers are with you and Swoop. We will do what we can. Again, if y'all can help, please donate. The link's right there in the comments. If you have any questions, message myself, Shawn, or the other Shawn, and we'll do our best to get you what we need to help you out there. With
Kai
that
asked
said,
when the next live is. Sorry, just for the ending there.
I don't have my schedule for next week yet.
Cool. Yeah, I'm cool with whatever, honestly.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dennis. I founded the Countrywide Eagles Tailgate Mafia. I didn't get to do this earlier because I was trying to we were rushing through everything. I want to thank everyone for a great first season. The 49ers game was probably my last game of the season for me to come up because it is a 3-hour commute. So again, thank y'all for making this year so wonderful for me to be able to achieve my goal to create a community of people that can come to the game, meet new friends, make it to be family. Thank you for giving me the power to grant this young man's wish. And now he's a part of our family every week. So thank you again. I'll turn it over to them. And then, of course, you guys know how we end it.
Good, Logan.
Yeah. Hi. So obviously, I'm Logan. I appreciate everything you guys have done. It was super great going to the game. Next week, go Dallas, go Birds.
Did he just say fuck Dallas?
No, he said go. Wait, maybe he did.
Dude, he said fuck Dallas.
We got Dallas. We got
He
Dallas.
said fuck. No, he said fuck Dallas.
No, I did
He
not.
said fuck Dallas. Liz, he said fuck Dallas. I don't care
I got
what
your back,
anybody said.
Logan.
He said he said fuck Dallas, bro.
Yeah, guys, I'm Shawn. I appreciate everybody helping out, helping get Logan there. And I'm going to start doing this a little bit early. I'm going to post up some stuff for the Christmas game as I will be attending that. I know a couple people said that they actually will be going. I saw some more people. So tonight I'll start getting that together. I'll have Dennis help me with that just because I know he's good at that stuff. And we'll get the we'll get it all set up. I'm cracking up over here.
Liz, give him permission. Just give him permission one time. Come on, Liz. Just give him the permission one time.
Yeah, that a boy. He's
Shut
like,
up,
hell
Shawn.
no.
You're supposed
He's
to.
like, he wants to go to more Eagles games. He's like, nah, I'm not. Nope. And then you got all of them doing. Oh my god.
I'd like to.
Liz, one time. Liz, just one time. Look, come on, give him the permission one time.
Even if I didn't, he wouldn't. Yeah, good. That a boy.
Can he give him the? Can he at least give the finger and then like just say like Dallas? Can we do that?
You could say Dallas sucks. It's okay, Logan.
Give him that. Give him the pinky.
Dallas does suck.
Look,
There you
that's
go,
the
the pinky's
Chinese
fine.
middle finger. Give him
Yeah.
that and just say Dallas. Come
Dallas
on.
sucks.
Come on. Do it
He
for the
won't
people.
exactly.
Do it for the people. It's the pinky, bro. It's the pinky.
Class act, Logan. Yeah, so you should throw that one up there. That a boy.
Damn.
I appreciate it.
I tried. All right. Y'all know how we close it out. Thank you all again. Thank you for making this year so successful. I am going to try and make a playoff game, though. We love y'all. Let's end this the way we always do. God bless. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We're almost there. And as always, go Birds.